entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book. And
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
He's proud of it. I'm just trying to tag you in this magnanimous moment of you coming back to the show.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have you back.
This is so fun.
Right? Where have you been? What's going on? Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Tori.
Hi. I know. Do I need to reintroduce myself?
Yes, you do, because people have forgotten.
Okay. So I'm Tori. I've been here in and out for years now.
I know.
Adopted by Steph a long time ago.
Isn't that bizarre?
Through community college, and then I had to be like, no, I'm actually almost 30, so we can really be friends. And then we became friends. And
right.
Here we are. We have. I'm not using the past tense.
There you go.
A podcast, the First Shot Morning Show, which was kind of like a riff on the morning show of Stephanie's, but we started doing it together. And it's been on pause for a little bit. My life is in transition. I have a lot of things going on. And it was just a little bit hard.
Tori got a boyfriend.
That's not okay.
I feel like this is what happened. You got a boyfriend, you got a dog, and now you're busy.
It was not the boyfriend. It was really the dog.
What's up, Nate?
The puppy really threw things into overdrive. What happened was he got a dog, and then the dog chose me as its parent. So
yeah.
And I now have.
As you're like, and I know I'm better. I get it.
I just. No. And then suddenly I don't think I really knew what I was getting in for. Like having a puppy be so much work. And he's 8 months old, and he's like kind of starting to like level out.
Do you
now.
feel like it's practice for family stuff? And this is not a loaded question.
So it's funny because I have said, like, I don't know if I could like really picture myself being a parent. Like it didn't really quite click.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know if I had it in me to have that maternal instinct or like how to handle like crisis. Like what do I do? I just wasn't sure about it. Holy smokes with this dog. I'm like, oh, dang, light bulb. Like I kind of get it.
Yeah, you just do it.
This dog now obviously is like now my child.
Yep.
So that's how, puppies go. And no, it's good. I think it definitely opened my eyes like, okay, you might not stink.
So boyfriend, not boyfriend is now fully boyfriend.
Yes, boyfriend, not boyfriend is fully boyfriend.
Because last you checked in on the First Shot Morning Show with Tori and I, he was still being called boyfriend, not boyfriend. We were doing all the boyfriend things, but not actually having the title of said boyfriend.
Yeah, I think it panned out really well. We took like a really long time kind of establishing a foundation of friendship and establishing a really good foundation of dating and getting to know each other before kind of jumping in. And we jumped in, and that was like almost a year ago now. So it's funny because we've been together for so long, but like we haven't been together that long at the same time.
We started a podcast so that I could make her go out and do all kinds of fun dating things so I could live vicariously through a miserable dating life, and then she gets a boyfriend. It's fine.
What did you think was going to happen when I was going
I knew it was going to happen.
Those Tinder dates though.
Nate said, tuning in while eating a bowl of Lucky Charms Frosted Flakes with some eggs and bacon and oatmeal.
Wait, Lucky Charms and Frosted Flakes?
Yeah.
It's an interesting combo. Is it like just the marshmallow?
He said, I'm eating like an NFL lineman.
Well,
well, he's now transferred to the University of West Virginia. And he said there are like tons of hills. He says he walks a lot.
Huge.
He's really jumping into his sports casting.
That's so awesome.
I know. I'm proud of you, Nate. You have grown leaps and bounds in your broadcasting career, and we're so excited.
Is its own world.
Yeah.
I couldn't do, there's too many details. I couldn't keep up with it. The stats, you lost me.
Right.
Like, how did he throw it? Good or bad? Like, that's where I'm at.
Girl ball.
Yeah. Score.
No, it is fitting that I have you here, because as soon as I saw that it was Galentine's Day, I got really excited. So cheers. It's been a while, and I'm super pumped to have you in the studio.
This is a beautiful studio, by the way.
Yeah, right. I know. Thank you very much to Mashpee TV. Chris Ball is phenomenal. He's always like willing to jump in, lend a helping hand. Yesterday, we had this huge event. They announced their capital campaign over at the Cape Cod Children's Museum.
Very cool.
Well, Chris was like balancing. Justin did all the camera work, but he still wanted to be there for Mashpee TV, and he went and got dental work. So he's like, half of his face is like, I was like, you don't have to be here,
Please
go
home. Oh my gosh.
He's like drilling. He's like, nah, I'm here.
How lucky to have like an incredible group of people doing things like this for a community. Like the fact that this is a nonprofit, it like blows my mind.
Yeah.
The facility and the quality of the facility is amazing.
And I do want to mention,
you were saying that there's a membership.
Yeah, you can be a member.
The first time I walked in, I was like, take my money. Like I technically live in Yarmouth and I will drive here for this space. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And they do a lot of wonderful things in the community and just by asking them to cover them. So if you are looking for a charitable donation or people to champion, or you need to use this studio because you want to up your game in your videos or your content or anything that you're doing.
Content is continuing to grow despite the things going on in the media about certain platforms being around or not around or whatever.
I know.
They're continuing to grow. They're continuing to gain traction. And I think we're going to continue to see that, especially particularly, in my opinion, in the news space.
The AI, though, is like really killing me.
Well,
it's throwing my face.
There's that.
Well, because during the Super Bowl, and we can go back to this since we're talking about sports ball.
Johansson is a lot for me. But I can't. We can go back.
And you definitely know when you're watching it, right? So during the Super Bowl.
Do you?
The Kanye West ad, did anybody see this nonsense?
That was not AI. That was real.
No, that was real. But then there was a response that was made from AI. That was
Scarlett Johansson. That's okay, we're circling back. Yeah.
Yes, we're circling back to that video. I don't know if you had seen it, but there was a great AI video with all kinds of stars giving the big middle finger to Kanye.
Which, good. Like, I'm almost a little bit sad that it's not AI. But also.
Right. I wish that was real.
But also, these poor celebrities that have to go out and be like, so my likeness and voice and my whole frame was stolen. And I think it goes deeper with Scarlett Johansson. We were talking about on TFS, however long ago, she had to file a lawsuit against the AI company because she denied permission. They asked her to use her voice and likeness, and she said no.
It's all because of that movie she did with Joaquin Phoenix, Her. That's right. I blame it all on that. You would be surprised at the number of jobs right now that are looking for humans to voice model for AI. This is the new jump in voice work.
But how do they pay?
Throw your hat in the ring. I think it's like $40 an hour. I mean, you're not going to have the job for long.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then suddenly your voice is like
no good to us. We've already used you.
Times Square.
That's it.
They only need like what 100, 150 words, and they can take everything else.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if you're looking for a little side hustle right now,
slightly terrifying.
Voice modeling for AI sounds super terrifying, but this is the way of the world. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Hey, Derek, thank you for joining us on the show. And yes, if you're looking for Mashpee TV, they cover a lot of local events. Channel 1072, it's in HD. My pores are not ready for that. I saw that they're using. Right, yeah, I saw that we were.
You just like casually were like, yeah. So anyway, sorry,
because I know that you'll just like circle the drain on it.
I would have worn a cuter outfit. I was not prepared.
I knew it was going to be a problem.
Usually we're in Steph's basement. Anyway.
You're right. I know.
Or my home studio.
I still love my home studio. Don't get me wrong. But and my husband has kind of figured out a way to make it a little warmer than it is.
Oh, good to know.
Well, only because Lily is down there when she's home from college.
How is Lily?
She's doing really well. She loves school. She's having a good time. She went
studying or just having a good time?
No, she's studying.
Okay.
she still hasn't found her friend group. She's trying a lot of them on. You know, it's a lot of the stuff that we did in high school where you're like, am I with this pack?
Yeah.
Am I with that pack? Am I with that one? And she's still kind of doing that in college and really hasn't found.
Fun.
She loves her roommate though.
Perfect. As long as you got like one solid and you can come home.
Yeah.
And
yeah, she's adjusting to that. She spent a couple of weekends at home and then she was like, it's not good for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we all agree. Yeah. It's not good for me either.
Please go. Like we were expecting this bird to fly to nest. Please fly, birdie fly.
Hi, Tom. Good to see your face here on the show. Tori and I are pretty excited to get together. Yeah, it is Galentine's Day. And I've got a fundraiser tonight.
Oh.
It's for the Hyannis Library.
Huge.
So it's still time for you to get involved in it. We're going to be doing it over at Barnstable Brewing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's trivia. So we're doing like literary lovers and all kinds of it's definitely a fun. It's 5:30 to 7:30 and it is at Barnstable Brewing.
That's
so
amazing.
It's a nice little fundraiser.
You're lucky I'm working because it sounds like I would like take the cake.
Oh, I think you would really, really love it. Yes, there's going to be a lot of Bronte, Wuthering Heights, some other fun stuff. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yep. Just giving you a heads up.
How are you doing in your literary space recently? Have you
Oh,
been reading?
I'm
Not
a
reading at all.
uncultured swine. I'm not
Oh,
reading anything.
okay.
Like literally not even anything.
I'm so sorry.
I did get kudos from my dad for writing a Facebook post. So
You did sound. We were discussing that. You sounded great.
Thank
Your
you.
prose
Thank
was-
you. Right. This is the writing that I'm doing right now. I have been headfirst into my new job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't had a job in 5 years.
You're doing great.
So
Everybody agrees.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We all know.
It has just been it's a different stress point.
Yeah.
So I'm like having loss of sleep for the dumbest of things, like screwing up a meeting. Like nobody cares. It's a meeting,
Yeah,
right?
it's a meeting. Like, it's okay.
Relax. Or, balancing budgets and dealing with money that is not mine.
How many slide decks have you had to make for this job?
3.
Okay, so far so good.
Manageable, right?
Okay,
I've had the
perfect.
job for 3 months in total,
All right, so, like,
full-time, only 1 month.
One PowerPoint slide deck, a
Right.
month is a pretty good ratio.
Yeah,
out there
it's
in the
not too
world.
bad. And it's really just been building community relationships, which has been, that's my strength, right?
Huge.
So the other stuff, I'm slowly coming on board, and I have so many wonderful people to connect with. Shout out to Mashpee High School. Mr. Looney, I appreciate you so, so much. When you're graduating senior at Mashpee High, you have 2 tracks. You can choose to do a senior project, or you can choose to go in the workforce.
Amazing.
Well, this year, half of them chose to go in the workforce. Normally, just choose to do a project and get it out of the way.
Smart.
So you're seeing a shift in our younger people, which I love.
Yeah, finally. Yeah.
I love that they're right.
And they have options in different tracks of the workforce. They can
100%. They can go wherever, but it's like placing them and finding homes for them. And I was so lucky to have Rachel, who's going to be starting today with me.
Amazing.
And then I heard that there's another possibility of another student to work with,
Huge.
which I'm really excited
I mean,
about.
those relationships are huge. Those relationships are huge.
Yeah.
That's how I think people can get involved. And I mean, I was like an adult student at 4Cs, but had the best time and just kept wanting to educate myself and
Well, that's
kept
exactly
wanting
it.
to learn something new and try something I hadn't tried. And this is
One wants to go to
here
school
I
for
am here.
marketing. So I
Amazing.
have her working on some initiatives for our businesses.
That's awesome.
So it's this is a real life job. I gave her job duties. This is a real life. I need you to do this, but it's also fun.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Going
no high school
into some of
students
our
that-
membership and creating videos and content for
That's
their social
awesome.
media. And she's like, wait, what? I love this. I'm like, good, get
Great,
at it.
do it. That's amazing.
It's yours. So empowering some of our high school students to actually work in the workforce and see what it's like to feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of deadlines, but not too much stress.
Mashpee apparently is the place to be.
I'm really excited
I
about
didn't
it.
know that.
And then the new
moving
student
this
that's
way.
coming along wants to do business,
Wow.
but they don't know what business is.
Yeah.
So it's I'm really excited to,
Let me tell you what business is.
right.
Do you know how underwater you are going to feel in 35 seconds?
Do not stress or freak out about this. Good morning, happy Larry. So happy to have you here. And Nate, I hated senior project because mine wasn't their year and we just started coming back to school. Yeah, you were in the COVID space, which definitely threw everybody
I didn't have
off.
a senior project.
No?
Although, actually, I probably.
You were like me where we were already beyond it.
I was going to say maybe we did, and I was just excused of
And-
that stuff.
yeah,
I
'cause
had
we
a
were doing
I was already-
professional
Yeah, I
things.
was already in the workforce,
Yeah.
just in my own field at that
Yep.
point in time.
Catherine, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Gloria, super snowy in Canada. I hope you're surviving there. Yeah, we just have rain today, which I was kind of like, oh, I prefer the snow.
I would prefer the snow. But all day.
I walked in
And it
and
was so fluffy. We got really good fluffy snow
Oh,
for a minute,
by
and
the way,
now the rain is ruining.
Tori's a skier.
Yeah, big. Yeah. I called out of work on Monday because as we got snow here, we also got snow in Maine where I was for the weekend. And it was a good, beautiful, fluffy, perfect exactly to kind of skier 8 inches you want. And then it was groomed. And I fully emailed my boss and was like, I have to take a last minute PTO day tomorrow. Everything in my job is covered. I've already pre-met the deadlines that you're expecting this week. You have all my stuff. Thanks. And he fully knew.
Yeah.
He was like, great. Have a great day.
See,
I'm not lying to you that I'm sick.
Right.
I'm not telling you an excuse to my grandmother's in the hospital. I am not telling you why I'm taking off, but you are fully aware.
But that's what PTO days are for.
Yeah, it was
This is, it's a different culture because when I was your age and in the workforce, you have to be dead to call into work.
I'm learning to not do that. I'm learning to be more, because I'm kind of in between, right? My generation, I'm my 30s. I'm like raised by boomers, raised by the generation that was like, you have to do everything by the book.
You were raised by Gen Xers. You still have grandparents in your life though, and like people in your life that are like
dad's older.
Yeah.
He's not, because
he's still a Gen Xer though, isn't he?
No, full boomer.
All right.
And
you're the youngest.
I'm the youngest, right? And but now I have a staff, right? Of Gen Z and even younger. What are the alphas? What are they? They're like What are like the 19-year-olds now? Like whatever those are.
The new ones.
Yeah, the newies.
Yeah, they're alpha.
I can't call them babies.
Scott says 100% day off. Any chance for a first run freshies is a must.
Yes, for sure.
What's up, Mike? Michael, thanks for joining us on the show. Tori and I are.
It was glorious. Anyway, so the new kids are saying to me like, you should just take a day off tomorrow. You work really hard, and I'm like, what
is this a trick? Is this a trap?
Yeah, like you're my employee. Like you're telling me, okay, bye.
I know, but then you have to not be angry when you're the one doing TikToks trying on the clothes because you're alone because it's January.
Yeah,
I loved that. By the way,
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm trying. I'm at Tori Talks a lot on all of the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Although, like, I don't know what kind of girl like tries out TikTok when they're about to cancel it, but that's fine. We're trying it.
I did my first live right before they were canceling it. I was like, let's give it a whirl.
Try it. So
if it's going to be gone tomorrow, let's try it.
So we're trying it all. It's been fun.
I did it one time and I haven't done it since. But I had somebody supporting me that was a TikToker next to me. So I felt comfortable. I was like, and what does that mean? And what does that do?
Where is this translation?
She's like, you got to hit this. I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah, it's still.
It seems like a video game / talk show.
Is.
So
yeah.
And all like the presents that people give you. Like, I really do not understand the lives.
I don't get it either. But,
right?
But we're trying to learn. If you don't learn something every day.
I keep reminding myself, I'm like, I am not that old. I did a sock hop dance last night at a 55+ community, and 3 of them dressed up like Laverne from Laverne and Shirley, and it made me laugh.
Only 55 and up? Because that sounds like something I'd want to go to.
It is 55+.
But like if you're
you can't be, you can't live there.
Rude. Can I just go to the sock hop though? Because that sounds
But let's just talk about that, because 55+ is a wide swath of community.
Huge.
55 to 90.
Yeah, that's
in everything in between. That's like you partying with 10-year-olds. Like,
no, that's like me going on. That's me partying with my daddy and my grandparents.
Yeah,
but
which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No,
we like that.
My grandparents are awesome.
Yeah.
And my dad, speaking of people who are learning to like take time off, is the same. Like
balancing.
He like has this crazy job, but he's learning to travel all over the world by himself, which I don't love. He's supposed to take me with him.
Didn't he tell you no last time? Like you were all ready for a scuba trip, and you're like, Dad, where are we going? He's like, you're not invited.
He literally just went to Honduras without me. But to his credit, the night before he was packing, I was packing. Like, here are your fins. Here's your scuba stuff. Here's all your things. You're in charge of your underwear, but like, here's all your scuba stuff.
Everybody needs a Tori in their life. I need one.
Nicely, to his credit, he was like, well, it's not going to be that fun without you. And I was like, that's right. You're supposed to take me with you. So I think he learned his lesson. His
grown-ass daughter packing for him. It's great. Ricky B, Lisa Z, hi, hello. I heard that the MediaCon has been announced. It's going to be April 11th. You should come with me this year.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Just tell me when.
You said that last time.
Did you follow up, or did you just like tell me the date once and are like, be there, and then 3 months went by?
That is also me.
Okay, so maybe.
To be fair, that is also me.
If we communicate and put it on my calendar, I will be there.
Before you leave today, put it on your calendar.
Sounds good. Where is MediaCon?
It is going to be at the college.
Oh.
Your alma mater.
I love that. Yeah, I'm in.
What's up, Jake? Good to see your face here. New parent.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I know. Kara, thanks for joining us on the show. So Tori and I have not gotten together in a while, and I was so excited when I looked and I was like, it's Galentine's Day. We get to do a show together. And while this is a brief, truncated version of the show this morning, because I do have big girl work to get done, we are picking who is going to be our unsung heroes, our person of the year. It's really exciting to be in that room to just see how many amazing people we have. And how many people nominated for no other reason to just say this person did a good job. It's nice to be surrounded in positivity, right? Yeah, it's a rarity from where we're from.
Amazing.
You know that I had a Schadenfreude moment where I got a phone call from somebody that is still in my industry that was complaining about the industry. And I just sat there with like a big smile on my face. And not because I was listening to her misery, but because I am no longer
involved.
It doesn't affect me like that.
Like you have separated, you've built a community outside that.
Yeah.
You've grown yourself and grown your community outside of like maybe some of the toxicity you experienced.
Yeah. And it was really, right? It took me a while to like not hurt from it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I'm so glad that is not my day to day. I am so sorry you're dealing with that. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm smiling. I'm not. I know how bad it is. I can commiserate with you.
Yeah.
But my husband's like just shaking his head, Schadenfreude. I'm like, it's not though. It's not.
Well,
it's retribution.
It's
justice.
It's definitely maybe a little bit of vengeance.
Just a little. And I guess that is a small piece of what the word means. So yes.
Amazing.
Good morning, Miss Edie. How are you? So those are the two things.
All these faces. Hi.
I know. It is really nice to see so many people. Rick, you went there 2 years ago, Tori.
Where? Was he talking about Roatan? Honduras?
No, you at Four Seas, like you've forgotten all about it.
I've just forgotten my whole. Yeah. Sorry. You're right though.
Let's see what's going on. I there's so much weird going on in the world. I don't even know how to like wrap my brain around it.
So much.
But I did laugh when I saw that Apple and both Google have changed to the Gulf of America.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I would ask why we're on board with some of this stuff.
But also,
I do suppose there could be a sense of like, let's get on board with this one, and then maybe we'll like put our foot down about something else, which I don't disagree with that mentality.
That's mom mentality right there. That's mom mentality of we're going to pick our battles. This is not the battle that we choose. I did laugh when my friend Eric put right out in Massachusetts. He put the Gulf of Gays, and I really enjoyed that.
I saw one that
whoever did that.
I saw the one that turned the Gulf of Maine to the Gulf of Cape Cod, and I loved that.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that kind of makes much more sense though if you look at like the way that the land is shaped. I won't get into it, but
whatever. But I loved your positivity right there. We're gonna pick our battles. That's not a major one.
We're gonna pick our battles.
It could be your own Professor Subka. That's right. Yes, absolutely. I'm hearing Tori only through mine. I don't know. Or maybe she's just quieter.
Really? I'm not yelling.
I don't know.
Like I'm yelling.
We do our best.
Okay.
We do our best with what we have.
Thank you for the feedback. We will figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah, your mic is on.
I'm showing.
Yeah. We're both on. I'm just louder for whatever reason. We've had to do this several times with these microphones.
All right, I'll swap.
You can have the loud one.
Okay.
I'll have the less loud one.
Does that work? Can you hear me better now?
Let's
the
see.
little monitor showing that you can hear me now.
Yeah, right. You're a little bit there.
Okay.
Perfect. Good morning,
Hopefully
Dave Hegner. We don't have too much time left, so tell me what's been going on with your life because I feel like I've missed it all.
No, I got a dog. That was it. Like that. That's like
you're an auntie.
Oh, I am an auntie. Yeah. So that's exciting. Yeah. A couple times over now. So that's the best. And we're having a really good ski season and the work is working, which is like phenomenal. I have like the best team at J. Crew and I have like the best situation happening and we're seeing a lot of growth in the future and
exciting.
We're one of I'll brag about this a little bit. We're like one of the most successful J. Crew locations on the East Coast, which is like 5 years in a row, which is huge. We saw like a huge growth period after the pandemic, as everybody knows, with all these people moving to the Cape. But we've been able to like maintain that growth year over year, which is like absolutely huge and a huge testament to my team. So we're excited to kind of get involved and see what happens in 2025. We're hoping for some big changes, but we'll see.
Good. Oh, I'm excited to have you here. We definitely are. And you're going to have to come and play with me a little bit more.
I'm in it.
For sure. So breakups, you said there were 3 major breakups.
I feel like we always kind of talk about pop culture and I think people are, if you live on the internet like me, Paige DeSorbo broke up with Craig Conover, which was huge. That Summer House and Southern Charm.
Yeah.
But I love Craig Conover. I thought he's so funny.
Craig is a nightmare.
He's got the pillow company.
Yes,
though.
Craig is a nightmare. I've watched Southern Charm from the very beginning because my bestie is in Charleston.
He's so cute.
Yeah. Yes and no.
He's like not my type, but he's cute.
So they broke up. He's single. Nobody's surprised by this. I'm not.
No, I think he wanted more and was like ready to settle down. And she like has her podcast, Giggly Squad, and is like a model and is like doing her thing and was like, no, I'm not ready. Like I'm not moving to Charleston for no, I'm not doing it. So that was one. Then we've got obviously the Zach Bryan Brianna chicken fry situation. which everybody knows and is kind of blown up, and turns out he's a loser. Nobody's shocked by that one.
Not surprised. A musician, a loser? No.
I'm shocked. And then Rachel and Matt from The Bachelor also broke up. And what I think is really interesting about all of these is that the women in now, people have their own platforms, and you're seeing women kind of come to the table with their opinion on what happened. And I think it's so refreshing to have all of these different perspectives on kind of the disillusion of these relationships and how they've happened in their perspective, and they've all been so different.
It's nice to have a fuller picture, you know what I mean? And not just the media's decision of what your relationship is going to be and how we're going to portray this to sell papers.
And some of them have been completely toxic. Like the Zach Bryan Brianna Chicken Fry was so bad. Don't get me wrong. But I also love to see these women standing up for themselves. Like, no, he was a loser. Let me tell you about what he did, X, Y, and Z. Like, let's platform these things that maybe are borderline toxic and abusive behaviors.
Standing on business. I love it.
I think it's also a good opportunity for other women and girls, especially young girls who are sitting in relationships that are following some of the same patterns, to be like, light bulb, maybe this isn't the right relationship. So it's been really interesting to kind of watch all that. And that Paige DeSorbo walked away just because she knew the relationship wasn't right for her. There wasn't anything wrong with it. Nothing particular happened. There was no cheating, but she just decided, like, you're maybe not my person, or I don't want to be in this relationship.
What? Honesty in a relationship? Bizarre.
A 32-year-old woman that just decides to like choose herself and then go on her platform and say, no, I just chose myself. Nothing happened. I just needed my own space and my own thing. And I think platforming like those opinions is like a complete like 180 game changer for women.
I love it. What's up, Denise? And is my husband actually watching, or are you just checking to make sure that we don't have technical difficulties? Did you miss her? He's here. He's missed you.
I think so, maybe.
Also, what is your take on why Blake Lively didn't go to the Super Bowl? Do you think she just got so much drama in her space right now that she's just like...
okay, we all know I'm a Taylor stan.
Yeah.
So I will say, one, I think Taylor's like, I don't want to really be involved in your crap,
right?
Two, I think like maybe she doesn't want to be seen out because it's just going to perpetuate the papers. She is like very deliberately not come back with anything against all of the Justin Baldoni stuff, who just continues to hammer and platform and say stuff and come up with things.
Yeah, like what's your take on that? Because I get so, it's like he said, she said, but it's also getting really petty, and I don't.
It's getting so petty, and I think really now it's a media fight, and I think I agree with the judge coming and being like, you guys need to like stop with the media, or I'm going to move up your court date if you can't figure it out, because now it's just becoming, you're not trying to win over a case in court. You're trying to win over public opinion to save your careers. And I get that. But I also think it's working in reverse, where as a viewer, I'm just getting turned off from both of you, not from not picking a side.
Yeah.
I think I'm always going to like defend a woman's ability to stand up for herself. So if Blake thinks that there was abusive, inappropriate behavior, and she wants to bring a suit, and that suit is filed as true, and she gets redemption for that, then absolutely, then I'm going to support that. But I also think Justin maybe has a point where, well, things weren't always black and white. And I also, but I think he's come back 18. Like, who makes a website with all of the evidence?
It is weird.
For his point.
But like, also, it's like, do you buy in just a little bit? Because how famous do you have to be to throw money at it where people aren't listening? Are we going to do another Diddy situation? We're not. Now we want to investigate. Now everybody's a private investigator on TikTok. Yeah. Everybody thinks that they know whatever it is. Everybody's got their opinion.
It's crazy that this stuff is public, and that like there's people on TikTok that have read every case file and all of the evidence.
It's almost disturbing. Like, what do you do for work?
And also, why aren't we doing this in like Supreme Court files? Like, let's use this energy to like break down what's happening with our
real problems,
government,
and real not problems.
Necessarily like the text messages between Blake and Baldoni.
Yeah,
maybe that's, but you're also talking to somebody who like gets bored and reads through the Supreme Court case files. So that's
you are not like most. I will tell you that right now. Nate says I like to hear both sides because before media would cover only one side, or their side, or their decided side, right?
But that's the how beautiful social media is, and I think we're going to continue to see that. I said it quickly earlier. Like, I think we're going to see more social media in news spaces. 200 press packages going out to alternative news sources that are not like the big ones that are all owned by like the same 4 companies anyway. So I'm interested to see how that not only translate in small things like small things, right? Small things to us, like pop culture case files, right? But also back to like big, huge news sources, what's happening in the White House, what's happening in politics. Let's put it in the hands of the people. Because now we have this technology.
Right.
We're a democracy. We're supposed to be able to like put the opinions in the hands of the people, allow you to make your own individual decisions. So let's get to those people in the way that they're consuming news, which now at this point is social media.
Yeah, it really is. So
but I am a proponent for like find your unbiased news sources. But I think that's also why people are turning to social media, because we all know like CNN, Fox News, like all of the big ones there.
Or do like what we've done here at Lemonadio is just drill down further and just like worry about what's going on in our town.
Yeah,
like this is where we can do things.
Even better.
This is where we can create some change and be part of something.
Agreed. Here. How you get involved in your town and how you create relationships with the people.
I watched a full town meeting yesterday. I was like, oh, now I'm starting to put the people together. Yeah. Now I'm starting to put the pieces together. But I suggest you do the same.
But it's
when you're frustrated, when you're like, what the hell is going on? When new news is created every single 5 minutes, just like focus on your community and the things that you can change.
It's a trickle up too. Like who you elect in your local offices is who eventually or potentially or gets an opinion to have. Yeah, it goes up to like every version, right, of our government.
That's it.
I think it's so important to like get involved in what's going on in your community, because that's where you can start and have a bigger voice, as opposed to like what little bubble.
Are you a Yarmouth voter?
I am.
So you are and can directly go to the cranberry bog situation over there. And I would love for you to get a little bit more involved selfishly, just because we've got the farmers market. We're branching off to the Canal Farmers Market this year. We're growing things. It's wild. But
I'm like just starting to kind of tap into what's going on there. In all those different pieces. I think sometimes it's hard to personally, like it's hard to balance the local news versus the big news too. Because the bigger news is more accessible. The local news is not so much.
I have to tell you, I got an email that was hidden, like a masked email from someone from your town. Being like, you should have done your research. You should have blah, blah, blah. You didn't know this and you didn't know this. And I was like, okay.
I don't know. I have a platform. I have an opinion. I'm going to use it. It's my platform.
Like I didn't just decide to listen to somebody because they had a sob story. I actually went to the farm. I've actually spoken to everybody in the family. I've actually purchased cranberries from them and sold them at our farmers market.
Can I ask if now, I don't want to make things like too big of an issue, but was the person you reached out to male?
Of course it was.
So I always find that there's a consistent belief from male to female that the female has to be the most educated on every particular side, every particular detail before she's allowed to have an opinion. She has to be the most educated on all of it before she can support her perspective.
I just didn't appreciate the connotation. Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, yeah, you're no wonder. Oh, I didn't know that little detail. I'm still not allowed to have an opinion.
And I say it all the time. I was like, don't mansplain to me, to my husband. He's like, I hate that term. I'm like, but you are. But then he's like, now you're woman-splaining back at me. I was like, to be fair, okay, that's fine.
Like, well, did you understand the first time? No.
However, though, we did end that conversation on a mutual agreement.
Perfect.
So it was fine, but it was really funny. I think it's important to call people out when they're saying dumb things. Lauren, welcome back, busy lady, she says. But also, Lauren, you've had to deal with trolls and hateful people and people having, that's so ridiculous that you want to paint adults' faces. Or you,
what?
so like.
As opposed to what?
Right? As opposed to kids, you're ridiculous. Everything about you is ridiculous. This is the space in which we find ourselves. Also,
you can see my face like when you can just paint what you want to paint.
Okay, but this is the point where we can just shut you off of social media. We don't have to listen to you anymore.
Bye.
So we've created our bubble, and I love mine.
I love that.
Thank you very much for being here with us today. Tori will be back.
For sure.
We've got so many things to catch up on, and I'm really hoping to get her back in the studio more often than not. Hank, we love you. We no hate towards you.
Sorry.
But it was Galentine's Day, and we had a little bit of time. He'll be back on lunch break anyway. He's on today. It's date night. So he's always got a date night offering. He's always got what's going on in the movies, and he's always got something fun. So check it out. I uploaded all of your Jazz and Blues show stuff for the weekend as well.
Huge.
So we've got new stuff happening every single weekend with new music. Please support us here at Lemonadio by downloading the app, sharing any of our content, coming out to any of our nights. We've got 7 great hosts that are out there. And awesome. I know it's really got a life of its own. And I love all of the different personalities. Our nights. Bree is over at DJ's Wings in Falmouth tonight for some trivia. So go love and support her, as she's had some tough times and we want to support her on that. And then we've got Katie, who's going to be at the mall today at Ryan's 10-pin eatery. So head on over there, and I'll be at Barnstable Brewing
Cool.
doing
So much
a
going
little bit of literary trivia, supporting the
No
Hyannis
excuses
Library.
to stay in the house, and also it'll be easier to go out tonight than it will be to go out tomorrow night. So just go out tonight.
But if you want to go out tomorrow night, I'll be over at Dino's for our Friday night social. It is from 8 until 11, and we're doing the newlywed game. So we're doing the newlywed game, and then we're having a sweetheart dance afterwards, and that is
Wait,
just
that's
fully
so
request.
nice.
Yeah, so we've got 3 couples
It's
that have
too
already
bad
signed up.
My boo is like very sick. He's like complete like flatline on the couch and on antibiotics.
Well, that
Otherwise,
was
I'd be
it.
like, get up.
I want a little diversity in our couples. I want some younger couples. I've got
If
2
you can
older
get-
couples.
If you can get off the couch, we'll be there.
I would
We'll come.
absolutely love it, just to
Okay.
ask questions. Where'd you meet?
Yeah.
Where's the, you know,
Oh God, maybe you should have come.
but it's fun, and there are prizes.
Amazing.
There's a Google form that's on our Facebook page, so give us a like and a nod over there, lemonadio.com. Have a great day, everybody. Thomas, John Cotton, Sam, we appreciate you all. Thank you so much for checking in, but I got a
great
meeting to
day.
get to. Bye. Oh my gosh, so many people, so much fun.
So fun.
Right? We've missed you.